Hello and welcome to episode 27 of Spilling the Green Beans, my weekly live gardening show where I share with you my green secrets to inspire you to start growing your own vegetables. I'm your host, Emily, creator of Easy Urban Gardening, the system for growing your own vegetables on a balcony or terrace or other tiny space in town. Thank you for spending time with me today when I talk about good soil. Growing vegetables can seem daunting and hard work, but I share with you my green secrets, the most crucial techniques to make it fun and easy. You'll also learn how to take advantage of the broad health benefits of gardening and how to cook delicious meals with your own vegetables. I am spilling the green beans. But before we dive into the dirt, I want to share with you something very exciting. This summer, I run a special course for you and your children, or grandchildren for that matter. So if you are a mom, a dad, a granny, a granddad, or a caretaker, and you want your children to know that spinach doesn't grow in the supermarket, that veggies don't appear washed, chopped, and wrapped just like that, and have them fall in love with eating vegetables, my special gardening summer camp is for you. It's an amazing 4-week summer camp style online course in which you build, sow, and grow your first easy urban garden together with your kids. So you get all sorts of video materials, handouts, we do challenges, we have fun tasks to do together, games, and you get access to the special private Facebook group to chat and share your adventures. Of course, I also do live Q&A, so you can ask me anything that is specifically for your personal situation. So it's a summer camp full of fun and facts, and in only 4 weeks, you and your children learn all about creating your own vegetable garden on your balcony, terrace, or in the garden. So we teach you how to build your garden, how to sow, how to grow your vegetables, and which vegetables are best to start with. We also talk about maintenance, really kind of like, that goes beyond the summer. So you end up with a low maintenance garden for kind of like the rest of your life. And by the end of the camp, or at least before summer, you will for sure harvest your first veggies like radishes or rocket or leaf lettuce. And if you are a little bit more patient, you might even have your carrots and beetroots. So check out the show notes and join my summer camp for a fun holiday time and for a healthier life that lasts long, long after summer is over. Okay, now it's back to the dirt. We were talking soil today. And there are a lot of ideas about what good soil is. If you go on the internet, the information that you get about soil and the minerals and the structure and the consistency and all that is overwhelming. So, and when you garden in the traditional way, so without the raised beds that define the easy urban garden, you actually have to deal with a lot of those things, mainly because you also deal with the changing soil conditions all the time. You have to see, like, you are digging and thinning that soil, like mixing it with the nearby soil all the time and mixing it with everything else that is flying into it, that is crawling into it, whatever. And that's besides the maintenance of your gardening beds. But within easy urban gardening, we kind of like are very lucky because we don't have to deal with those changing soil conditions. Our dirt is in the beds and it just stays there. We don't have interaction between the dirt in our beds and the soil of the earth, so to say. So this means that creating the best soil for our vegetables is a lot easier, but it doesn't mean we don't have to pay any attention to it. Of course, we still have to do a little bit. The most important moment to pay serious attention to your soil is at the moment that you start your easy urban garden. So that's the moment you have to make sure you fill your bed or beds with the best possible dirt, even though it might seem a bit more expensive to start off with. So if you have been following me for some time now, you know that I always advise to mix your growing medium soil or dirt, whatever you want to call it, yourself out of equal quantities of high quality organic compost, organic peat replacement, and coarse vermiculite. So to learn more about this soil mixture, you can go back and listen to episode 2. I explain everything in there. And then if you want to dive deeper, dive even a little bit deeper, the episode 5 is all about compost. So that goes a little bit further, but episode 2 is really good to re-listen to figure out the exact recipe for this soil mixture. But there is more than the components to create a soil with good growing conditions for your vegetables. And the most important condition is that it stays loose and airy. And to accomplish this, you just never, ever really press or stamp your soil together. You do not make it compact. It is okay. Over time, it always compresses a little bit, but that's fine. You just do not do it actively yourself. And when you make low raised beds, kind of like directly placed on the ground, never, ever walk in them. Always stay outside of your boxes. Don't kneel. Don't lean over like with one hand, because you have to reach a little bit further and you don't feel like walking around to the other side, because then you could reach it easily. Do it. Never walk, step, or land with full weight on the ground in your raised beds. So it is so important, and you have to keep the soil airy and easy to penetrate, because that's kind of like the result of having this loose, airy soil is that it is easy to penetrate for the tiny little roots of our seedlings. And that actually also prevents them spending, just wasting energy. And to keep it that way and to have it really loosen always, you have to loosen the dirt in a square before you sow. So no matter what, every time before you sow, you get your little troll and you turn the soil over, just in the square that you are going to sow, but you have to do it. And if you just harvested something from that square, the next important step to maintain your good soil comes in, because after every harvest, you mix in a fresh troll of compost. So once you harvest it, you put in a fresh troll of compost, or if you work with a tiny little troll like I like to do, you might put in 2, but you kind of like, cover your square with a little layer of fresh compost, and then you kind of like, you mix it in like this. And with that, you not only mix the compost with the soil, you also loosen up the soil and you bring back air into it. And then the final big impact on your soil condition is something that we easy urban gardeners kind of like automatically always do, and that is crop rotation. So you want to mix as many different vegetables within your garden, and Make sure to always alternate plant families in a square and you are good to go. In this way, you can actually keep the soil in your raised bed in top form for at least 10 years and probably for even longer. But my oldest bed is only 10 years old. So I don't know how the future is going to be, but I'll keep you posted on when, if at all, I have to do something more to keep the yields up or maybe even replace my soil. For now, I'm still going strong with my originally mixed soil. And now you also understand why in the beginning I said that this soil might seem expensive in the beginning, but I don't know any other soil that will stay in good condition for so long with so little maintenance and without adding all sorts of fertilizers along the way. So the investment is absolutely worth it. And do you feel like now finally starting your own easy urban garden? Then do check out my summer camp. It is the most fun way to get started I have on offer at the moment. And it's ideal to immediately fully involve the rest of the family and really do this together. Are you already an easy urban gardener? Then please share my summer camp with your friends, family, neighbors. It would be absolutely amazing. And you'll find the link to join in the show notes. For now, I thank you for spending time with me in the garden, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. We will talk about tomatoes. Yeah, I'll explain the most important maintenance technique to you so that you're going to get great tomatoes later in the season. And of course, I share a few of my different recipes. Maybe I might even reveal how I make my gazpacho in a classic and a clear version that everybody always wants me to make and bring along for garden parties. So did you enjoy this episode of Spilling the Green Beans? Then please share, subscribe, and give a review so more people can enjoy the show. And I see you next week. Bye.